You're listening to episode 6 of the Soulful Menopause podcast. In this episode, I'm sharing a beautiful visualization and powerful affirmation that will help you to love your body and see your body as your friend, not as an enemy that's weighing you down with all these health issues. This episode is sure to lighten up your energy, help you see things from a new perspective, and provide you with a simple and powerful technique to help you feel lighter and more empowered. Welcome to the Soulful Menopause podcast. Discover how to transform the chaos of menopause into vibrant health and a soulful life you'll love. I'm Sally Love, natural nutritionist and soul wisdom coach. I want you to experience a soulful menopause that'll guide you into the best years of your life. Hello. Well, how the devil are you? Where did that saying come from? Should I say, how the fairy are you? That's better, isn't it? How the fairy are you? I'm really excited for today's episode. I'm going to share something with you that I've been working on for about 19 years or so now. And I'm really hoping that this will make a huge difference to you today. So let's get stuck into it. Now, when we're going through menopause, we can feel as if our bodies are working against us and letting us down. You know, that cascade of symptoms that we can feel over, several years, in fact, where we feel one health issue is arising after another. We get the aches and pains, the low energy, the anxiety, depression, weight gain, all those other yucky symptoms as well that can come up. They can really make us resent our bodies, and I know that we can look in the mirror and feel disheartened with how our body looks and feels. And I just don't need to go on about that. But here's one very important thing that I want you to know right now. Your body is always doing its best for you with what it's got, what you give it, and what environment it's in. I'm going to say that again. Your body is always doing its best for you with what it's got, what you give it, and what environment it's in. Now, it can be really difficult to think that your body is working for you and not against you when it seems to be falling apart right in front of your eyes, right? The trouble is that our energy goes where our attention goes. So if we're constantly focusing on all the things that are going wrong with our bodies, we're actually feeding that negativity and enhancing it just by focusing on it. When we focus on something, we give it energy. Now, it's so easy during menopause to focus on the negative symptoms day after day after day. After all, you don't transition through a natural menopause overnight. It takes several years. So those constant negative thoughts and feelings we can have get fed each time you focus on them. And once you focus on them repeatedly for a period of time, it becomes a habit. And then that habit just silently plays out in the background without you even being aware of it sometimes. It's like learning to drive a car or ride a bike. Once you've repeated it over and over again, you learn it. And that's when it gets lodged in your brain as a learnt behavior. So then you don't have to keep learning it over and over again. Your brain gives you the opportunity to create space so that you can actually go ahead and learn other things. So in the end, you can actually drive that car or ride that bike without even thinking of it. Now, the same goes when you're constantly looking at your body in the mirror every day, feeling disheartened and only focusing on what's wrong with your body. If you do that for a period of time over and over again, your brain lodges that as a learned behavior. So every time you look in the mirror, once it becomes a learned behavior, whether you're aware of it or not, your brain will automatically bring up those negative thoughts and feelings. That means when you're focusing on those yucky thoughts and feelings you're having as you're looking in the mirror, your energy goes there, and because your energy is there, it's feeding it. So it's growing stronger and stronger. And this is what can keep you in a negative downward spiral, because once it's become a learned behavior, it's happening whether you're aware of it or not. And each time it's being fed, each time it's getting stronger and stronger. So you really get into a bit of a vicious cycle there. Now just think of the tremendous amount of energy that's created when someone's angry. I bet you've had many experiences where someone's anger has been so strong that you've actually felt something in your own body as a result of it. Or maybe that you've had times when you've become so angry yourself, you feel like this volcano ready to explode with a massive amount of energy just wanting to be released. You know, our emotions hold a huge amount of energy. They are so unbelievably powerful. So if our energy goes where our attention goes, then we want to put our attention on beautiful, positive feelings of love and joy and gratitude and peace and harmony and all those other yummy feelings that you can think of and feel, of course. It's the feelings that carry the big energy charge. So the stronger the feeling, the more energy you're creating. That means as we focus on what's good with our bodies, what's actually going right with our bodies when we're going through menopause, we're feeding our bodies with those yummy thoughts and feelings that will just grow and grow and grow. And guess what will happen if you do this over and over again every day? Well, you'll create a new positive learnt behavior in your body. And then this is what opens our bodies up to the possibility of healing. And not only that, you're going to feel generally happier in your life. You're going to feel more positive. You're probably going to have bags more energy. So remember that it's the emotions that are mega powerful. If we're weighed down with heavy and low emotions, we are literally weighed down. I mean, we even use those words when we're describing it. I mean, it can keep us stuck and suppressed and weighed down so much that we feel heavy, restricted, unable to move. You know, we just want to crawl up into a ball and hibernate under the covers, don't we? If, however, we can raise our energy to feelings of gratitude, joy, and love, then those feelings will make us feel lighter and happier. They give us wings, yay! So that we can just rise up, and it gives us the possibility of making positive changes in our lives. So in a moment, I'm going to share an amazing visualization affirmation with you. And I was introduced to this when I was at college studying healing 19 years ago. And when I came across it, I loved it from the start, and I've been using it ever since. Now, this will give you the opportunity to start loving your body, or just loving your body more than you do already. And it's going to be particularly powerful for you, especially as you move through the stages of menopause. It will really move the energy in your body towards healing and towards the lighter, happier side of life. However, before that, I just want to make one thing clear, that whilst I'm saying here that we should focus on the positivity and the positive emotions of what's good with your body, I'm not saying that we should totally ignore our symptoms, because our symptoms are actually our body's way of communicating with us. And, really, this is a whole other podcast episode, which I'll note down to talk about at another time. But if we can listen to our symptoms almost as an observer, where we look at what's coming up symptoms-wise in our body and we say to our bodies, that's really interesting. Thank you very much for that information, body. I'm going to take note of it and see what I can do to help you. That way we can actually minimize the negative emotions that those symptoms usually bring up within us. If we are the observer, we're sort of almost standing outside of those emotions. We're on the outside looking in. So we're being very aware of them, but we're not allowing those emotions to drag us down. And this way we can then listen to our bodies and then take the action to provide our bodies with what they need from us. Now, as I read this to you, I want you to remember what I've just been talking about. Remember how powerful the emotions are for change and healing. This is not an intellectual exercise. This is a feeling, heart-centered exercise. So I want you to really feel these words as much as you possibly can. Allow positive emotions to surface. And as this visualization describes sort of states of being, I want you to imagine what it would feel like for you to be living that way. So yes, it's a visualization in that I'm going to be giving you things to think about, and I want you as much as you can to visualize being in that state of harmony and beauty right here, right now. But it's the emotions that those visualizations trigger that really give the power and the energy behind this, that really can make those significant changes in your life. So this visualization affirmation is by Marie-Ann Passchier-Sassen. I hope I've pronounced her name correctly. I probably haven't. But all the details of this will be in the show notes. So feel this as much as you can. As I say, I'm going to read it through slowly. I want you to imagine that you are in these situations. You are feeling this right here, right now. This isn't a future thing. This is about you already being here. Okay? So keep that in mind, visualize it, but remember, really bring up the emotions as much as you possibly can. Okay, here we go. My body is my friend. I lovingly nurture and care for it. I listen to its wisdom. I know that its blueprint is perfect, and I now open my consciousness to the possibility of expressing that perfection. I willingly release any maintaining cause of dis-ease wherever it comes from. I trust that there is a well of great potential within me, waiting to be expressed. The healing power is right here with me now, infusing every cell and fiber of my physical body with new life, new energy, new harmony. The point of power is in the present moment. My new life starts right now. And in this new life, I accept my unique mission. I love my body. I love myself. I accept who I am unconditionally. I expect the best in life, and I accept wholeness, abundance, and joy in its many expressions. I am well. I am free. Okay, well, I hope you maybe want to set up a challenge. I don't really like that word so much, but let's think of another word for it. A fun exercise for you to do this every morning when you wake up for a week. How would that feel? Does that feel doable for you? Doing something that's just going to fill you with joy and beauty and positive emotions. I'm sure you can make time for that in the morning or some other time during your day. Do give it a go. As I say, please let me know how you get on with it. And I really do hope it helps you so much. Sending you loads and loads of love, gorgeous goddess. To find out more about how you can live a soulful menopause, please visit soulfulmenopause.com. I'm really looking forward to being with you again soon. Bye for now.